It's just a bit of fun, isn't it? I was hoping to do it yesterday myself and get round to it. But anyway, the weather's going to turn less cold now over the next few days. Today, still cold, but not as cold. And it'll also be quite grey through this afternoon. There's not an awful lot of sunshine around across the country right now. But let's have a look at the coldest of the weather first of all. This is across Scotland where, well, across lower levels we've got some light rain or drizzle, but across the hills still a bit of snow. Now you'll notice sweeping across the country, it is still coldish, but you'll notice that the temperature discs are in these limey, minty boxes. So we've lost the blue boxes. Temperatures just above freezing. Most major towns and cities, but of course out in the countryside where we've still got lots of snow, lots of lying snow, especially across the hills, the temperatures will remain around freezing, so it will take time for that snow to melt away. But as you'll find over the next couple of days or so, in most cities like Cardiff, for example, the outskirts of Cardiff, that snow will start to eventually melt away. But wherever you look across the country today, the weather's fairly uniform, overcast, lead skies, and temperatures of around 2 or 3 degrees. So what's going to happen tonight then? Well, there is a frost or ice risk, that is, across more northeastern parts of the UK. Mist and fog the story, but later on in the night and actually into the early hours of Friday morning, we're watching this weather front, rain sweeping in off the Atlantic with slightly milder air, splashes its way across Northern Ireland, but then engages with the colder air still stuck across northeastern Britain, including Scotland, the Pennines, into the northwest Midlands, northeastern parts of Wales. Could be quite icy, some snow across the hills, possibly some accumulations as well. But this really will be only very temporary, because by the time we get to the afternoon, that wet weather would have pushed away and the sleetiness would have died out too. Temperatures tomorrow climbing 7 degrees in Cardiff, for example. Why the change? Well, we're starting to see a more typical pattern in the weather now. We're starting to see areas of low pressure rush in from the Atlantic. This is Saturday, for example. Lots of isobars here, so very strong winds. We haven't seen this for a while. Gale force winds, even severe gales out at sea across western and northwestern Britain, and also a band of rain sweeping across the country. Could be a bit of hill snow first thing in the morning on Saturday, but look at that. Again, 9 degrees, a whopping 9 degrees expected in Plymouth, but it'll feel cold in the rain and the wind on Saturday. Come Sunday, the sun's out, the winds are lighter, and I think 7 degrees, for example, in London really will feel almost quite warm, I suppose, compared to what we've been used to for what seems almost like an eternity right now. Anyway, back to you, Sophie.
Oh, thank you very much.
Obviously, over the last couple of days,